Lyon College football, good to have you with us. This week it's another big game at Pioneer Stadium as Lyon hosts Texas Wesleyan University. It's a 2 p.m. kickoff, and we kind of kick everything off here at 1:30. And of course we'll have the starting lineups and the play-for-play for you a little bit later on as our team is sitting and ready to go. And this is, of course, the pregame show with head football coach Kyle Phelps. And I'll tell you, as I look back at the ball game you had with Arizona Christian, then they turn around, they lose again.
Yeah, it was, the tough one with Arizona Christian. It was, we were up 3-0 after the first quarter, and we were playing pretty well, and we got the ball on our own end of the field, pretty close to the goal line, and threw a pick six to them, and that kind of got their momentum going across the course of the game. But still, we went to halftime 21-10. We had held them to under their averages and the offensive side of the football for them. But they just came out in the second half, and we made a lot of mistakes in the second half, especially on defense. We just we weren't filling the gaps we were supposed to fill, and doing some different things that we haven't been coached to do, and let them score a lot of points in that second half, and ultimately ended up losing. But they lost again this past week.
And they're not a bad ball club. And we were talking about playing a ball club from Oklahoma that we thought was pretty good, and it looks like they may be better than even we thought.
Yeah, it's one that, Langston, we played early in the season. Right. We were right there with them for most of the time, and they're undefeated in the conference and ranked, I think, 8th in the country. Right. Then you got Sagu, who we haven't played yet. Right. We are kind of the game in between two big games for them next week when we play. They're undefeated in the conference. And then Oklahoma Panhandle State, who I didn't know how good they were going to be, but I thought they had a good ball club. And, they're also undefeated in the league. And, they're playing really well, too. So it's one that those are the top 3 teams in the league right now. And, the funny thing is they all 3 got to play each other still to end the season.
So you never know how it's going to end up.
We don't really know how it's going to shake out, but I know Sagu's ranked in the top 25 now, too, and Panhandle's also receiving votes. So for our conference to have 3 teams essentially receiving votes in the top 25 shows the type of league that we have this year and that we've got to compete in.
And we'll be taking on another one of those teams here shortly, Texas Wesleyan. It's good to be home, though, Coach.
Yes, it's always good to play at home. We play better when we're at home, and I just like the environment we get here.
Yes, and we always have a good turnout of followers of Lyon College football. The Kyle Phelps Show will continue, and we'll talk more football, college style, right after this. We're back 2 and 2. And by the way, we're going to be talking about a lot of things going on campus because of homecoming week. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. Back to Lyon College football at home at Pioneer Stadium. If you're listening to this broadcast and you're saying, this afternoon I don't really know what I'm going to do. Yes, you do. Get on over here at the football field at Pioneer Stadium. Lyon's taking on Texas Wesleyan. Should be a good ball game as you listen to this broadcast on 93 KZLE. 2 o'clock. We'll kick it off, but before then, we're going to be talking more Lyon College football with head coach Kyle Phelps. Coach, homecoming weekend, boy, this just seemed like one activity after the next.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff going on, and I know it kind of, our board members are on campus, and they go through board member stuff on Friday and I think Saturday morning too, and then our golf coach is throwing a golf scramble on Friday afternoon, which will be nice for people to get out and play a little bit.
Right.
And then, on Saturday there's all kinds of stuff. You got men's wrestling, open practice.
So you get a chance to go in and watch them?
Yeah, you get to just essentially go watch them. Women's soccer plays in the morning there, along with our men's soccer right after them. And then our baseball team's having their alumni game. Men's basketball's having their alumni game. And then, of course, our game. The Pink Out game for us this year, and it's our only home game in October, so that was an easy choice for us.
Choice for Pink. When you talk about that, you're talking about what?
That's our players have donated to the Project Pink put on by the United Way in town here, and it's basically to keep the money in the area for breast cancer awareness, and I know our whole school participates in it too. I know the volleyball team does a lot for it too, but it's one that our guys will wear pink socks this week, and they've all contributed. So that's the biggest thing for us as a football program is we want to contribute back to the community, and this is one way we can do our part to emphasize that.
So as you come to the ball game today and you see those pink socks out there, there's a reason for it. You've got men's basketball alumni game that will be actually they've been playing it this afternoon. The soccer as well. So many activities that are going on campus, and we're talking about these sports, but there's a lot of other activity as well. It's just a really big, huge weekend. Homecoming always is.
Yeah, it's always nice because you get people back from different sections of the college and graduations and different things, and I know a lot of them have socials and different things where they kind of get together as a group and have meals together and just catch up, and that's the good thing is we'll see people there this week that we may not know, but that have been following us or following the school and all the activities that we've had going on over the course of years, and it's really nice. I've actually met a man yesterday that came out to practice. It was just passing through that he'd been here 25 years ago, right. And just was excited for what all has changed and what all he saw as far as the growth in the school. So it was pretty interesting to have someone come out and watch us that was just passing through that had been there before.
Oh yeah, and all these people come back for homecoming too, get to meet the new president, and that's always a really neat thing. I think they have a real dandy president, and I'm anxious to see his program as it's carried out. We'll be back with more. Final thought on the game coming up today. We'll talk about the football game. We're going to. It's going to be Texas Wesleyan, and we have a week where we could recuperate a little bit, Coach, and that was good. We're back 2-2. Back to the pregame show. The head coach, Kyle Phelps, pregame show is this is a kind of a sneak preview of what might happen in this ball game as we talk to Coach as they take on Texas Wesleyan. We'll kick it off at 2 p.m. Offensively, what type of ball club are we looking at here?
Yeah, it's one that they do run the spread. They do spread the ball around. Now, their main objective there is a lot of times they'll run two backs in the backfield, and their main objective is they want to run the football. And, they're going to run a lot of zone type runs, so It's going to be a lot of split zones and zone strongs and weaks and things like that. But they'll well pass the football, but it's not their go-to, at least over the course of the year so far. And they've tried a lot of different things, and they're a new ball club too. They kind of did it just like we did in a lot of ways. Is they had a developmental year and then now they're playing, so they've tried some different things throughout the course of the year to try and figure out what's going to work, and they've come out with different formations last week than they have in previous weeks, and done some different plays and things. So I think we're going to get a running attack from them, but you never truly know until you're out there and you got it going. But we've got a pretty good game plan, I think, put together for them, and I'm interested to see how our defense responds this week.
I notice a lot of ball clubs, even up through the pros, they spread it out and do a lot of this zone reading, and evidently that's proved to be popular.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny to me, Coach, and maybe to you too, how as the decades move on, different things become popular, and people kind of adjust to all that, don't they?
Yeah, we do, and the good thing is this zone read type of stuff and RPO has been around for a little while, but it goes back to a lot of they're spreading it out, but they're running a lot of the old plays that you used to run out of the pro style, different things out of these formations.
Different window dressing.
Yes, exactly. But Texas Wesleyan played a different quarterback last week, and he can run, and I think that we'll see some more of their zone read stuff where he has the option to run, as well as some of their RPO stuff. I think we'll see a little bit more of that just based on his athletic ability. It was the only game he started so far, and he's scheduled to start again this week. So we'll see. We'll see on that side. What it looks like. But like I say, I'm excited to see how our defense responds after having a kind of a rough second half against Arizona Christian to trying to get back on track of what we do.
Well, I think you'll bounce back. I feel good about this ball game. There's always things you can do to get a win. What are the keys to victory?
I think the keys are defensively. We've got to get back to getting turnovers. Early in the year we were playing fast and we were getting a lot of turnovers. And we were up at one point we're at 16 and we've only gotten one since that point, and we haven't got any over the past 2 or 3 games. And so I think that's a huge key on defense, and I think another key on defense is stopping that run game. If you stop the run game against these guys and make them throw the football, I think we'll be successful on defense. And then flipping on the offensive side, last week at Arizona Christian, Titus Nelson carried the ball a lot and ran for quite a bit of yards. And I think that as an offense, trying to get that running game going like we're used to doing and things like that will be a key. But we're also going to have to be able to throw the football. And they run different looks up front. They run kind of a bear look and a 4-3 look. So at some point we're going to have to throw the ball versus running. So
okay, Coach, good luck. I've got a good feeling about this game. Let's go ahead and get one.
All right, thank you.
Kyle Phelps. We're back with the starting lineups in the play-by-play.